Okay, so here we are. It's part 2. Thanks, Malcolm, for your question. And this carries on from where we left off with what we did with the putter face. Remembering that the reason why we get the eyes in the right place, first of all, and you're going to have to find out yourselves on that one by doing a little bit of trial and error on the carpet at home. Remember, start off with your eyes over the ball. If it looks right, then it probably is. But if it doesn't look right, you might have to move a little bit inside or a little bit outside. So, I've got the ball back into position, and what's my next part of that procedure which is going to get everything to work? So I work on getting my eyes over the golf ball and nicely in a nice position, and as you can see, the way that I've positioned my ball in my stance, that's more to the left side of centre, because remember, that's where my left eye is. So working with my left eye over the golf ball, you can see in that position there. Now as that position is a little bit to my left side, you'll also notice now how my weight has moved a little bit more onto my left knee as opposed to my right knee, and that's because obviously here I'm in a central position. I want to just feel like I'm just a little bit more over the ball. You can see now that my left eye is over the golf ball. Now once I'm in that position, the key to that now is that I'm very, very happy with where the putter face is pointing. And when I look at the putter face, what I'm going to try and do next is to make sure that the line across my toes, the line across my hips, and the line across my shoulders and arms are now parallel with that club that's on the ground. Looking at the club face, if I point the club face too far to the right, now I get my body alignment parallel. As you can see, I'm pointing miles to the right. Vice versa, if I start off with the club face looking left, I get parallel to the club face and I'm all over the place. Lots of people, when they come for putting lessons, what they actually do is they ask me to cure their stroke because they have a poor stroke. You may have been told by one of your friends that you play with on a regular basis that you're doing something odd with your putting stroke, you're cutting across the ball. But remember, putting strokes adapt, and they adapt to where you point the club face. You're not daft, and if you keep missing left, you'll try to do something about it. That means trying to cut it maybe to the right or aim in the wrong position. But remember, what was likely to be wrong realistically in the first place is that the putter face wasn't pointing in the right place to start with, and that started off the chain reaction of things going wrong. So it's putter face first. Let's look at the hole. Get the putter face pointed straight. Now, as you can see, what I'm going to be very carefully get the line across my toes, across my hips and my shoulders, so you'll see that the line across my arms is in a nice position, and that means that as I rotate my shoulders, I can get the putter to come back on the right line, and then it's all a question about delivering the putter back to the ball. Alignment sticks are pretty useful when you're putting. You can do all sorts of things, including the eye line. You can put those against your shoulders, hips, knees, across the line of your toes, out on the putting green. You can make good use of these to make sure that you're pointing in the right direction. Okay, so now we've got the putter face pointing in the right direction. The stance is good. The ball is underneath the left eye. And hopefully now what we've done is we've been able to look at the club face and then get everything else in a nice position, parallel to that. Eyes on the back of the ball. This is the next step now. Rotate the shoulders, but watch the back of the ball. We're going to keep our eye on the back of that ball for as long as we can. Even when the ball's gone in the hole, let it go in before you've even looked. And that's not just for short putts, that's for all sorts of putts. And remember, the ones that you tend to look at first, you get so anxious, they're the short ones. They're the ones that you know you should be holing, and we don't from time to time. And the problem is because we're anxious, because we're a bit more nervous, the expectancy is high, and what we tend to do is we tend to have a look and see where the ball's gone before we've actually even hit it. That tends to cause the club face to look left, and you're going to hit lots and lots of pulls from that position. If you look at the tour players putting, basic setup, get themselves ready to go, shoulders back and through, strike the ball. Let's look at that spot What are we looking for? We're listening for the crowd to roar. Has it gone in? Not on this occasion, but at least I kept my head still and I gave it a real chance. By doing that, you'll always accelerate the putter towards the ball, and that means your ball striking will improve as well. That's enough for today. This, coupled with the video that we posted earlier, that should give you a lot to think about. Get on the carpet during this period of isolation at home. Get on the carpet, hit some putts, really practice, and then when it's time to get back playing on the course, you'll be ready to go. See you all tomorrow.